Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutravashya Kritau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punah Ishvaro Gururatmeti Murti Veda Vibhagine Vyomavad Vyapta Dehaya Dakshinamurtaye Namaha. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. So we will see some basic introduction first. You don't have to read any book right now, just pay attention to what I have to say. In our Sanatana Dharma, we understand that there are 4 Vedas. Vedas means all the mantras which were revelations to our great rishis. Rishis had mantras appearing to them, revealed to them by Paramatma. And these mantras, they teach those things which are not known through any other means of knowledge. What is not known through indriyas, sense organs, what is not known through intellection, anumanam, etc., that is known through Vedas. So Vedas are considered as pramanam. Where indriyas cannot reveal something. The example of what is not revealed, what is not known to sense organs is Dharma, Adharma. Dharma means punya karma or papa karma is not known, not decided by sense organs. It is decided by Shastra, Veda. In the same way, the nature of Atma is also known to us only through Shastra. So, Vedas deal with these 2 subjects, Dharma, Adharma and Atma, nature of Atma. Those mantras which talk about the nature of Dharma, Dharma, what should be done to acquire more Dharma, more Punya, what is the result of Punya Karma, how to do Punya Karma, what is Papa Karma, what things, what karmas will contribute to Papa Karma, what is the result of Papa Karma, all that field is considered as Veda Purva Bhaga, the early part of the Veda. The later part, the Uttara Bhaga of Veda, deals with the nature of Atma. But this is not exact demarcation that up to here is called Purva Bhaga, after that is called Uttara Bhaga. Such division is not a necessary division, because about Atma also some discussion comes in the earlier part of Veda. So, other way of classifying the Veda is there where Dharma, Adharma, their results, etc. are discussed. That is called Karma and Upasana Kanda. Otherwise, in one word, Karma Kanda. And there where Atma is discussed, it is called Jnana Kanda in general. And that Jnana Kanda otherwise is also known as Vedanta or Upanishad. So there are many such set of mantras, each of them are called Upanishads. One set of mantras is Ishavasya Upanishad. So we have to remember certain things. What I already said, now I will mention in Sanskrit. One is Vedaha Pramanam. Veda is Pramanam. Veda is an authoritative teaching when it comes to the nature of Dharma, Adharma and the nature of Atma. Veda is Pramanam because it is not the subject matter of sense organs. So, Atindriya Vishaye Vedaha Pramanam. That Vishaya is Atindriya Vishaya, which is not the Vishaya of Indriya. When we say not the Vishaya of Indriya means it is not the Vishaya of Pratyaksha, not the Vishaya of Anumanam. Pratyakshena anumityava yastu payo na vidyate enam vidanti vedena tasmat vedasya vedata. Enam vidanti vedena. That which is not known through pratyaksha, anumana, etc. There is no way to know Dharma, Dharma or about Atma through pratyaksha, anumana. Those things are known only through Veda. Therefore, Vedasya Vedata. Veda has its Vedatva only because it tells me something which is not known otherwise. Now, in general, whatever people do as part of rituals, puja, etc., those also have actually come from Vedas. So when people say, if you go to this temple, then you will get punya, whatever desire you have, it will be fulfilled. So that has actually come from the Veda. People say, if somebody doesn't get a child, they go to Vaishno Devi temple, then they pray there, they will get the child. So this is part of punya karma. So which karma will give what phalam, this is discussed in Vedas. And people have so many desires, starting with I want some object, small thing, all the way up to I want Swarga, I want Brahmaloka, I want to become Brahma, I want to be the controller of the entire creation. All these are desires. And Shastras have understood that people will have desires. So they, in the beginning, instead of saying don't have desires, instead try to make your mind free from desires. Instead of saying that, they will say, if you have this desire, then you should do this. Then you will get the result. If you have second desire, then you should do this, then you will get the result. They don't say you entertain desires. All they say is, if you already have desires, means you are not able to get rid of that desire, come to us. We will tell you how to solve that. But when a person goes on entertaining desires, goes on performing certain karmas, Laukika and Vaidika, then they will go on getting the results. That is true. But they will realize in that they are losing lot of time. Their time will keep going. They will become old, but desires will not end. One after the other, desires will continue. So then they don't know what to do, because desires are also there, they are not able to let go. But at the same time, gradually they are realizing that this is endless cycle. We are caught up in something where we are not able to get out. Then they again have to go back to Veda to find out what is the solution. And if, let's say, we live one life in fulfilling all desires, we complete our life, but desires are not over, we get another birth. Again we go through some fulfillment of desires, whether in human body or in any higher body like Gandharva, Devata, etc. Or in Pashu, Pakshi, Sharira or Bhuta Peshachadi. All of them have desires. Desires are there. Don't think Bhuta Peshacha, they are not there. Huh? Bhuta Peshacha are very much there. There is mention in Shastra, etc. Those who had serious desires, but they could not end their body properly, then it is possible, not in all cases, but in some cases, that they will attain lower yoni. Means there where their hunger, thirst also will be painful for them. They won't be satisfied even by those things. At least in our body, we are hungry, we eat lot of food, we say, we don't want to eat more. Thirsty, you drink some water, you are happy. In those yonis, even that doesn't happen. Like in Srimad Bhagavatam, the story is given of Dundukari. So such things do happen. That's why for that jiva to be liberated from that bhuta pishacha yoni, Bhagavad Katha was done. And just somebody reminded me recently, lot of people listen to such spiritual teaching, whether it is Bhagavad Katha or Ishavasya Upanishad. But everyone does not get liberation. So the question was raised there that lot of people attended Bhagavad Katha, but only few people, in that case only Dundukari attains liberation. Why? So the answer is given in Bhagavatam, Shravanam tu kritam sarvaihi, na tatha mananam kritam. Lot of people did Shravanam, but they did not do Mananam. So for them, the Vimana does not come for Swarga. In other words, liberation requires not only Shravanam, but Mananam also, and Shravanam with lot of Shraddha. That is given there, Shraddha Purvaka Shravanam. So, when a person continues to entertain desires, one life after another, one body after another, then for that person, how to become free from desires eventually is suggested by Vedas. Vedas, they say that you will become aptakama. Aptakama means your desires will be fulfilled if you become atmakama. If you desire Atma, you will become aptakama. If you desire Atma, you will become atmakama. If you are atmakama, you will become aptakama. Therefore, you should desire to know Atma. You should desire to attain Atma. Attaining Atma means knowing Atma. But what is the nature of that Atma? So it is said, this Atma is Brahma. This Atma is infinite. So by Brahma Shabda, Brihi Vruddhau Dhatu, Brihi Vruddhau Dhatu, it talks about that which is infinite. What is the sutra? Brihairnocha. Unadi sutra is there. Manin Pratyaya. Brahma means that which is infinite. Then you will not have desires. Unless I know myself as infinite, my desires will not end. If my desires don't end, I will go on looking for this and that, acquiring something or the other in this life or the next life. So this attaining Brahma means knowing Brahma. Then the question is, which Vidya, which science, which teaching talks about Brahma? So it is said Upanishad Vidya. Brahma Vidya is Upanishad Vidya, Vedanta Vidya. Only Vedanta will talk about Brahma. Only Vedanta will talk about attaining infinitude. which will make me free from desires. Atma Kama will become Apta Kama. Apta Kamatva is Akamatva. No desires. So I am free from all desires then. This is the objective of study of Upanishad. Why we are studying this Upanishad is so that I eventually understand my nature as Brahma, so that I become free from desires, so that I don't have to go through this cycle of repeated birth and death, repeated physical existence, human body or any other body. So to avoid this, I go through study of Upanishads. If one Upanishad does not reveal the entire teaching to me, Upanishad does its job, but let's say it is not clear to me, then I should study another Upanishad. At the same time, I should also focus on not entertaining new desires and withdrawing from desires that I already have. Because on one hand, if I go on entertaining new desires, and on the other hand, I go on studying Upanishads, then there is virodha. So, the same mind which says, I want to be free from desires, same mind cannot entertain more desires. There will be internal struggle, internal conflict. It is like the person who says, I want to reduce weight and wants to go on eating. Both will not happen. If you want to reduce weight, you eat but less, wisely. And at the same time, do other means by which you actually reduce weight. So, reducing desires is a life of sadhana. Eliminating desires is through Jnana Yoga. Entertaining more desires means getting involved in desire prompted karmas which are prompted by desires. So I should refrain from them. I should not engage in such karmas which will increase my desires. So then I have a clear goal laid out in front of me by the Vedas. Vedas now, they say, look, you want desires fulfillment, we will give you that path. We have that option. You want to be free from desires, we will give you that option. If you want to be free from desires, then watch your mind, gradually reduce the desires, at the same time study Shastra, study Upanishads and know yourself as Brahma. Brahma Sakshatkara is what is required. If directly I don't understand the teaching of Upanishads, then I am told you study some smaller works also, which are known as Prakarana Granthas. Because only study of Upanishad does not make everything clear. So some other basic texts, basic means not very basic, but at least certain texts which tell me about what are the different shariras. Sthula Sharira, Sukshma Sharira, Karana Sharira, what are the Indriyas, how they are made up of, and what are their functions, what is creation, what is Atma, what is Anatma, how there is any sambandha between Atma and Anatma, Nitya and Anitya. So all these things are discussed in other Shastras. Everything will not be discussed in Upanishads. Upanishads will just give you teaching and they will move on. Because they think we are addressing that person who is totally not interested now in desires, in fulfilling any desires. So they have such student in their mind. But we know we are not that kind of students. So we have desires, but we are also studying Upanishads. So their idea of Adhikari, we will see all that in this Upanishad, is somebody who is sadhana chatushtaya sampanna, the one who is endowed with all qualifications. And if we have some deficiency, then they expect that we work on them. Okay? So, Upanishads are teaching to know that I am Brahma, my infinite nature, knowing which I will become free from desires. Free from desires means I will not go through this cycle of birth and death. Every time I get a body, then in that body there are problems. In relations, there are problems. In my mind, some joy and lot of sorrow. All these things are bothering us. So that's why study of Upanishad is recommended. Study of Upanishad is not done in schools, in colleges. Because this Vidya requires a different mindset. So even in college, if they teach Upanishad, it is more for getting some certificate, getting some graduation, and then getting a job out of that. But Upanishad Vidya actually is to be studied in the Gurukula atmosphere, where you actually don't entertain desires, you want to withdraw from the desires. Okay, so this much, just simple introduction. More of this will keep coming as the topics require. I will introduce more things. Now, let us just come to Vedas. So I told you 4 Vedas are there. Rig Veda, Yajur Veda, Sama Veda, Atharva Veda, or Atharvana Veda. 4 Vedas are there. Means all the mantra Rashi is divided into these 4 sets. The Rig Vedas, each Veda has Upanishads, means each Veda has Brahma Vidya, along with other Karma Kanda and Upasana Kanda mantras. Then there is Yajur Veda, Sama Veda and Atharvana Veda. In Yajur Veda, there are 2 parts, Shukla Yajurveda and Krishna Yajurveda. Shukla Yajurveda is where you will find Ishavasya Upanishad. for those people who think this is too much or overwhelming, you skip some of this introduction. But those for whom this is required, they must make a note. Ishavasya is part of Shukla Yajurveda, and so is Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. In Shukla Yajurveda, there are so many shakhas. Ishavasya Upanishad comes in Kanva Shakha as well as Madhyandini Shakha. The Upanishad that we are going to study is belonging to Kanva Shakha, means Upanishad on which Bhagavan Bhashyakara has written Bhashya belongs to Kanva Shakha. But in Kailashashram book, before the Upanishad mantras begin, on one page they have given all the Madhyandini Shakha mantras. So you can look at it, and those who know Ishavasya Kanva Shakha, they will see that there is a difference in mantra number 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So 1 to 8 are same in Kanva and Madhyandini Shakha. 9 to 18 there is a Bheda. What is in Kanva Shakha as 9, 10, 11, in Madhyandini Shakha it is 12, 13, 14. And what is 12, 13, 14 in Kanva is 9, 10, 11 in Madhyandini Shakha. So don't worry about this part, but those who need to make a note, they should make a note. We have already seen this portion in Mandukya recently. And the later mantras are also like Hiranmayena Patrena is in Kanva Shakha 15th mantra, but here it is 17th in Madhyandini Shakha. So you can note that. Both are in chapter 40. Chapter 40 of Madhyandini Shakha and Kanva Shakha is Ishavasya Upanishad. Ishavasya Upanishad has a Shanti mantra. That Shanti mantra is given on page number 1. So today we will just chant the Shanti mantra. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. So Shanti mantra is actually to give Shanti. Means before we begin the study, every time we are going to chant this mantra. Meaning I will explain in tomorrow's session. But this Shanti mantra is most profound. And this mantra actually comes in Brihadaranyaka Upanishad 5.1.1. This is Brihadaranyaka 5.1.1 mantra, which is given here as Shanti mantra. So meaning we will see tomorrow. Those who do not, just look at it, ask somebody what is Bhashya, what is Tika, like where to see. Because I will say see in Tika, see Tippani, see Bhashya. So become a little bit familiar. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Vadarayanam Sutravashya Kritau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punah. Ishvaro Gururatmeti मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः।